But the Chamomile handicap is race number 8 and a little rising from ashes. He's got £135 again. Not Usual Star steps up in trip for the first time. Zone D is a 3-time course and distance winner. So we joy cheek pieces go on. Ivy League was better last time. Star Contact, barrier number 1, a 2-time course and distance winner. Splendid Living comes up in grade after winning last time over the 1650. Quantum Patch has the tongue tie on, and the Hulk is also a last start winner down in Class 4. Luke Curry rides him for Casper Founds. Now, the speed map here, Tom, there are a few horses that do like to go forward, including Loyal Baby, including Splendid Living, and we did see Not Usual Star lead and win at Shah 10 a couple of runs ago. Yeah, they were quite positive with that day, and there was sort of no pace on at all in front. He got away with Blue Murder that day, did Lyle Hewitson with Not Usual Star, but last time out they didn't get anywhere near the lead with him at all. But Loyal Baby, Splendid Living, it'll be a case of which one of them wants to try and press on with it. Of course, Loyal Baby drawn in 3 and Splendid Living out in barrier number 8. The Hulk, he actually let up last time out, but he is drawn way out in barrier 11, so that's going to make it tricky for him. And Top T-Paul's normally pretty handy, as to a Star Contact from barrier 1. Yeah, he was handy last time, got the perfect run. I think he'll get a nice run. Ivy League won't be too far away. So We Joy, who is the current favourite actually, So We Joy, he should settle midfield. And we know Rising from Ashes, the little chap, he likes to get back and he'll be running on strongly. He will indeed, but we've got an interview to start off with. Not Usual Stars headed to the Valley for the first time, and we sent the work experience kit out to talk to Lyle Hewitson. Lyle, Not Usual Star comes to Happy Valley for the first time. Disappointing at Shah 10 last time. Do you put that down to the good to firm track because he's failed on the firmer surface twice now? Yes, possibly. I think also, you know, the time before he got a soft lead and won well, went up in weight, and we thought we'd go back to his usual running style, just behind the speed, sort of midfield, and there happened to be no pace, and he sort of just travelled a bit strongly and moved up and failed to fire. So, look, it could be down to the track, but I think a few circumstances played a role. You did go forward 2 starts ago. Was it a plan you and Chris hatched, or something that you'd come up with lack of pace in the race? Yeah, it wasn't necessarily the plan. We thought from a good draw we'd be closer, but couldn't say we saw ourselves being out in front. But after a good start and no pace in the first furlong, was able to take it up at our own leisure, and yeah, he stuck on gamely. It's not the first time you've been able to pinch a race in front this season. Is that from hard work, or you've stopped wearing deodorant? No one wants to go near you? Yeah, look, I think you just, when you're riding a couple of winners, you get a bit more confidence in your judgment and able to make those right decisions. So yeah, we just, when you pull it off, it feels pretty good. What sort of horse is he to get around Happy Valley? Because he doesn't appear to be a massive sort of animal. Yeah, I think he'll get around there comfortably. He's also trialled well here on the all-weather track in the morning, so I think you could relate that somewhat to getting around Happy Valley quite nicely. I think he's a horse that's nimble enough, and it should actually probably suit him. Up to 1650 for the first time. Will he have the stamina to cope with that, or you have to be really kind to him? That's my question mark. Look, I think he could get it, but he'd have to be nice and smooth, quite relaxed in the run. So I don't think it's down to where he's sitting. He could be on pace or just behind him, as long as his demeanour's right. So yeah, I have a question mark over the distance, but if he does get it, he does have a good turn of foot, and he does have to lump the weight again. But if he can get around that track nicely, maybe it opens a few more doors for him. 46 wins for the season. Are you a goal setter? Is 50 your target at this stage? Yeah, I think I'd be pretty despondent if I didn't get to 50. But it's hard to ride winners in Hong Kong, so we'll push to get to that mark, and once we're there, if there's any more to come, will be a bonus. Michael Cheng needs 1 to avoid his 3rd strike. You trialled Ching last week, and the big fella looked to do it pretty nicely. Yeah, he did. Wouldn't it be fantastic for him to pull it off for Michael? So I really hope he can. It's a step up, both in class and in distance. But he trialled up an absolute treat, and the best peach came and ran a great race on the weekend in the feature, so that bodes well for the form line. And we'll see Ching on Saturday afternoon. On Not Usual Star, Paul, he's a horse that you've had some time for. What about the smaller circuit in the 1650 in your thoughts? Yeah, look, I just think with all his pace in the race, he's going to have to get a little bit further back than he would like. So that was just the query I had with him.
Yeah, I think I've got a little bit of a query about the 1650. Just want to see what he can do for the first time, because he hasn't run over this sort of trip overseas in Australia in the past, and drawn 9, so he's just going to have to go back, I feel, with that alternate pace in the race.
Lyle's got a mixed book of rides. Tom, let's have a look at them. There's no real standouts among them. Tegepi was very good last time, and Magic Phoenix is a last start winner.
He was Magic Phoenix. Tegepi's sort of been there or thereabouts. I don't mind Joy Cumming. He'll be at a reasonable price. Pegasus Hero wasn't too far away last time out behind SJ Torbjorn. Wind speed has been a bit hard to find, Paul.
Yeah, no, he has been. Look, I agree with you. I think Joy Cumming will run a bit of a race at odds. Tegepi, I put it on a minor line, Magic Phoenix, and Not Usual Star put on a 4th line as well. So he's got a couple that could run pretty well.
All right, we'll move on from Loyal now to a few of the other runners, including Loyal Baby Paul, who runs a second. He leads for home. He's been doing it a bit tough in recent starts and sticking on okay. He's got himself a better draw this week. Barrier number 3, wins off rating 63 and 61. He's off 73 on Wednesday night.
Yeah, he's just a bit high in the ratings for me, and look, he's going to get a bit of pressure from Splendid Living, I think. Splendid Living might even want to go on with it, so I didn't quite get him in there.
Yeah, those were the sort of the factors that I sort of found regarding him this time round as well, that the alternate pace in the race, and his last win was off 63, he's still way up here on 73 at the moment, so those were the few factors against him, I feel.
Here is the other pace angle in the race. Tom Splendid Living, he comes up into Class 3. We know he's been racing well over 1650. Just one placing from 6 goes in this grade, though. Yeah, so, look, he was, again, too good for them last time out. It's going to be more difficult here, and he strikes a reasonable race as well. I put him on a minor line because, look, he's been going well. He's been very consistent, whereas Loyal Baby traditionally has been hard to find, just those 2 wins that have been well spaced.
Yeah, the thing I quite like about him was when earlier on in his career, he actually ran 3rd off a 71 rating. He got all the way down, and now he's starting to win, so he's climatised, and he's on a rating of 64, so I think he's still well rated. OK, that is Splendid Living. The Hulk, Paul, his last 2 starts over the 1650 at Happy Valley have both been wins. Admittedly, they've been in Class 4. Yeah, and look, he sort of had his own way when he did win last time. You can see him winning really nicely here. There's nothing wrong with the win, but he's drawn wide. There's a lot of pace underneath him, so that worries me a little bit. He's won off 69 and 70 in the past, so he's still seemingly as well handicapped, but it is not going to be easy from that draw. He's not going to be able to get his own way in front this time round. He didn't necessarily need that a few runs ago, but the draw is the real negative here. That is the Hulk. This is a couple of runners, Tom, including Star Contact, who runs 5th, sneaking through on the inside. He was right in the market this night at 5.3. He draws well again. Ivy League was better, but still needs to find a length and a half. And he was a bit of a difficult ride over the concluding stages, wanted to keep laying it under pressure over the final stages, did Ivy League, but he definitely was better, but want to see him sort of produce something like this again, Paul, and in the run here, Star Contact from Barrier 1 should get a pretty good run. He should, yeah, and I don't know if that was the best place to be down on the rail that day as well, so I think there's a slight excuse. The start before that was a yielding track he didn't like, and then he won, so I think he's a chance, and I've included Ivy League as well. Maybe if we give a 4-Star Contact and go off a form before that. And finally, Paul, we've got Our Lucky Glory running 4th. He's been back to the trials and run 3rd behind Baby Crystal. Made ground in that trial. He's going to have to overcome barrier number 12, though. Yeah, that's the big negative for me. Barrier number 12, look, Vincent Howard, he's going to have to go back, I think, from that draw. So, look, I didn't include him because of the barrier. This night he ended up sort of midfield on the fence. He stayed on OK late in the race there along the inside. But, yeah, the draw, he has actually been to the trials since he ran 3rd, and the trial looked to move quite well. But on the draw, I can't have him here. All right, that was Our Lucky Glory. So it's an open race looking at it. Paul, as you said, evidenced by the fact So We Joy is the early favourite. Yeah, I haven't included So We Joy. I presume it's because Zach's on, Michael Chang, looking for that elusive last win for him. But look, I'm going to go with Splendid Living. He's still a well-rated horse, and he's a horse in form. Star Contact with the draw should get the best run in the race. Ivy League, another one that's drawn nicely in barrier number 2. And we'll put Not Usual Star on. I think he'll run on, but he's not going to really have the race run to suit. 9-7-6-2. Yeah, I've gone with Zone D here. Now, we saw his replay come through the Loyal Baby race, and he's been running well against the trend at Happy Valley recently, where you've needed to be on the pace, and he closed off well behind 6th Generation last time out, did Zone D number 3. Brendan of Della Rides has had a quiet trial at Sha Tin since his last start. So 3 on top ahead of 7-Star Contact to get the right run. Now, Top T's up 34 pounds in body weight. Last win off 1,131 pounds. He's 1,131 pounds here for Deniship and Alexi Bedell. Dropped away last time out, but watch out for him. I don't think he's the worst, and Splendid Living on a minor line. 3, 7, 12 and 9.